Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mohammad AlDarwish, and I've been working for Saudi Post at Harry said, thanks Harry, since '98. And I would like to thank Soma, so he allowed me to take his place actually, because I have a flight to catch early. Saudi Post have been working on a boom actually of the technology since 2005. And I'm supposed to be a technical, but thanks Imad, he actually brought all the technical stuff, so I don't need to talk technical anymore. I'll talk about some subject here. I'll introduce Saudi Post and what Saudi Post is doing, and then I'll introduce my department, what we are doing actually. I'll talk a little bit about the RFID history in Saudi Post, and I'll talk about two applications that we have did in Saudi Post, introducing the RFID technology and deploying them and making benefit out of it. And then we have some new initiatives to utilize the RFID technology more in Saudi Post that I'm gonna share with you. So Saudi Post actually is the national postal authority that we are providing all the traditional services like letters, parcels, EMS services. But we have started in a boom actually, and we've been introducing some new services actually. So the Post actually have, in Saudi Arabia, have started, let's say, in early 19th century as a non-organized service that is depending on the volunteers. Then the first Saudi Post stamps that was issued back in 1950. And Saudi Post have joined the Universal Postal Union, which is the international organizer of the postal authorities, in 1929. So it was one of the first to join the UPU. And then it was the Directorate of Postal Authority have been established in 1935. Saudi Arabia was the second country, Arab country, to issue the regular memorial postal stamps. And EMS service, which is the express mail service, have been introduced in 1984. In 2005, actually, there were a big shift for Saudi Post to move from a pure government institute to a semi-government institute to prepare it for the privatization. Postal technology is actually part of the IT sector in Saudi Post, and we are dealing with IT-enabled postal automation. So it's an automation which deal with the pure postal services, but it is supported by the IT. So it's not pure not pure mechanization, and not pure IT. So basically we're doing some sorting automation projects. We're automating the postal outlets, which are the offices actually, with some point of sale, some self-services, and we're dealing with the postal quality monitoring systems. These are the kind of RFID hardware we're using currently at Saudi Post actually. You can see some readers, some exciters, the tags, some of the portable and handheld readers. The RFID application, the first RFID application I'm talking about is the proof of delivery. Before talking about the proof of delivery, actually, I want to introduce the addressing system at Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia actually didn't used to have a very structured and very well organized home addresses. So we have started in 2005 to introduce the home addresses. So as you can see, we have split Saudi Arabia into 8 regions. And then each region is split into some squares, as you can see. The smallest square is 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer, and the biggest one is 4 kilometers by 4 kilometers. This is depending on the density of the population in that area. And then in 2011, we have reached up to 68 cities that we have covered with our postal addresses. And this is covering actually 90% of the total population in Saudi Arabia. It is including 73,000 zip codes And we are expanding, actually. It is expected to reach up to 112 cities by the end of 2012. The home address is consisting of four digits, actually. As you can see, this is one of the zip codes. It is divided into squares, and then each house is drawn using a GIS system. It is containing the block itself, which is the least 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer, is a zip code, actually, containing 5 numbers that will describe the location of the district, for example, and it has some topology to describe where is this zip code located from the center of the city. And then in this square, which is the zip code, there is an X coordinate and Y coordinate, which will allocate the house and where is it exactly in that block. So you can exactly identify with this zip code X and Y exactly on the map where is this house, or where is this institute, or where is this building. And then there is an extra number, which is the unit number. We're using it to identify the flats, for example, within one building. Upon the layer of the home addresses, we have many applications that have been built upon that one. One of them is called the Postal service. The Postal service, actually, Postals mean delivered. So Postal service is delivery arm that was built over the home addresses. And we have installed more than 2 million boxes on the houses in Saudi Arabia, all of them having a passive RFID tag, where we are using for the delivery, proof of delivery at homes when we deliver some mail item. We're using some handheld device that is integrated with an RFID reader, where once the postman, he will take, at the morning, he will take the bunch of mail items, letters, flats, parcels, whatever. He will deliver to homes. He will have it on his PDA with the list of mail items and the list of routes that he will have to turn left and right until he reach each and every address on his delivery list for that day. And when he reach the number 2991, for example, in this picture, he will put in the mail item, and then he will scan the barcode. So from the list of the mail items, it will be tagged that this mail item have been delivered to this address. So instantly, there is a message will send back to the central delivery system database, and an SMS will go to the customer, and he can track it on the website or using his mobile number or whatever. The second application that we'll talk about is the focus on the quality. Actually, we have did a very big project for the mail quality monitoring, and we are focusing on quality too much. Actually, we're having the UPA Quality Management Certificate Level A, which is only few worldwide postal authorities having, and we are ISO 9001 certified for the whole organizational procedures, and we are 27001 certified for the IT security. So we are very eager for, and we're very concentrated on the quality. So the postal need for the quality, you know, the mail item will travel from the customer to the office, then to the mail sorting hub, and from the mail sorting hub to a transporter to another city, and again the same loop, vice versa. So we need to identify the mail item, we need to identify the bottlenecks within the supply chain, and then we need to control the misroutes, because the misroutes will lead into a very big number of volume of the letters, which will be costly actually to recover later on. So we had a strategic plan actually that we wanted to cover the whole Saudi Arabia with this system. So we have started in 2008, phase one was including 3 fixed sites and 3 mobile units where we can allocate in the bottleneck areas for some periodic time so that we can measure the quality at those areas. Then we have, in 2010, we have added 3 more. Actually, the first 3, which is Riyadh, Jeddah, and Dammam, are the main international postal hubs where all the dispatches coming from the other international destinations are coming and going from these locations. So those are our biggest hubs where thousands and millions of parcels, letters, and so on coming to this area. And we are covering the whole infrastructure and the whole flow of mail within the sorting center. In 2011, we have added 7 additional sites, and we have agreed that we have decided that actually the RFID monitoring system was, I forget to mention that it was a semi-active technology where each mail item will have a battery actually, which is a little bit expensive. It's not that cheap, so it is expensive to put in all items. So what we're doing actually is some sort of sampling for the mail items so that we can figure out the quality of the supply chain. So in 2011 we have decided that we will add the passive technology to our current infrastructure of the active technology, so that we will be moving from just quality monitoring to using the RFID in the operation itself. In 2012, we are intended to cover another 50 sites. This is the principle of the quality monitoring system actually. It is very simple. We have an electronic gate where, since we're using a semi-active, so we need an exciter and we'll need a reader. The transporter actually is assumed within the postal authority to be a mail item. So usually we'll put it in a mail item. It could be a letter, it could be a parcel, it could be a flat, whatever mail item that we want to measure. And then this will go within some trolley that is containing all the mail items going to some destination. When this moves to a gate, there is a motion sensor that will activate the exciter. The exciter will send the signal to the mail volume, and the letter having the transponder, it will send its ID, and it will send the gate number, which is the exciter number, to the RFID reader, which will again send it to a site server. That is because you can assume that there are many gates within each site. So it will send all the readings to the RFID site server, and then this will be consolidated to a central database server in the headquarters, where it is gathering all the information from all the sites. And then of course we're having a DDS system where it is analyzing the whole traffic, because all the criteria have been predefined. For example, the time to move from point A to point B, time to move from city A to city B, and so on. So everything is supposed to be calculated, and this actual measurement will be compared to the predefined schedule to pinpoint the weakness areas and the bottlenecks and so on. So we have a very detailed decision support reports where it will give all the problems within the supply chain. So our goal actually is to optimize the sorting center performance, since we're having the gates located everywhere in the sorting center. And it will increase the flow of the process control and improve the work planning, since we are monitoring all the whole infrastructure. And then it will increase the coordination between the operation and the transport. These are some benefits of using the RFID for the quality measurement, that it will improve our supply chain. It will help us to measure the incremental improvement and use it for the incremental approval of the system. And then tracking the complete process chain and preventing errors in the real time. So what's in the pipeline? we have a case study about our formal mail. Formal mail actually is the government mail. Saudi Post is responsible to transport all the documents, all the flats, all the parcels for all the government. So suppose there is a school A sending some letters or some parcels to the ministry, for example, in another city. So Saudi Post is the hub to do all those. And we have a big volume because we are handling the whole government mail items. So we assume that this is a high-class mail. Actually, it is very important for us because this is something that is very sensitive to the government, and it is actually a very big revenue-generating services that is supplied because of the volume that we are handling here. We're talking about 300 mail items kingdom-wide daily, and there is of course a very tough competition. Some of the government sectors, they will need the high-class mail to be very well secured, transported within a very defined time period, and they need the track and trace, of course. So we have some issues in our current flow for the mail and the formal mail. And I'm talking about formal mail as an example, but this will apply also for the EMS, it will apply for the special parcel services and so on. So we are having lack of visibility in the logistic chain because we are not tracking all the mail flow within our premises for the formal mail. We are not having the good examples and not the good record of the customer shipments information. And there is a need for some accurate data, of course. It is very precise. And accurate delivery times. Although we are actually delivering within times, but we cannot guarantee it all the time. So 90% of the mail items will deliver it on time, but if 10% is lost, then the people will hear about the 10%. They will never hear about the 90%. So our strategy was to utilize the RFID infrastructure actually, that we will tag the mail dispatches where you put all the mail items within the bags, and then we'll go one more level to tag all the mail items, and there will be a nesting between the mail item and the bag and the consignee and the trucks. So you will have, whenever the truck is moving at the end of the day, you will know that the bag number A is moving, you will know that the mail item number X is moving, and so on. And then it came another idea actually. The logistic is actually done totally manually within our premises for the formal mail. Although we are using automatic sorting for the normal letters and the parcels. But there is a big difference actually for the formal mail, since the mail items we cannot afford to lose any mail item, because this is a government media and government content. The automation could cause some losses and damages when the mail are speeding within the machines. So we cannot afford that. And the letters actually coming from the government sectors having a very poor addressing actually. They will just write school number XYZ and Breda, for example. And Saudi Post, please figure it out. Where is it? But for the other mail items, we have a very precise addressing system where it is very easy to be automated. And hence we are using in our sorting systems, we are using OCRs, where you can recognize the whole address on the letter, and upon that you can sort it. But in the formal mail, it is very difficult for the machine to recognize the school name, for example. That's why it is very convenient to apply an RFID to the mail item and configure it in the system. Then whenever it will be moving, there is no need to identify or read the address written on the mail item itself. So this is one example of the sorting systems where we can integrate the RFID system together with the automatic sortation, that we have looked at it and we are studying right now to be combined together with some a self-service check-in system that reads the RFID, and then the system will know where this mail item will go and it will sort it accordingly. So this is our concept about the fully automated formal mail flow, where we'll have the RFID tags, we'll have the self-service check-in using the RFID, we'll have the sorting system with the RFID. It will cover the whole supply chain of the formal mail. This is an example of how it would look like. So we have, for example, within here, the truck is coming, and there is an RFID portal where it will capture the tag on the truck, and then it will capture the tags on the mail bags. There is some kiosks where the agents of the government sector could check in themselves, or they can hand it and the employees will check in themselves. The self-service is connected to a conveyor system where it will use the data captured by the RFID to sort the mail items accordingly. So the conclusion is the RFID is one technology, but endless applications. Thanks a lot.
First of all, thank you for the presentation. I'm happy to see this progress actually. But I wanted to ask a question about where do you see really the most benefit? I know that you mentioned a lot of things about supply chain, etc., etc. But what was it to the end customer? How did he feel about all of this application? Was there anything?
Actually, when you talk about the quality applications, actually, it will end up with a happy customer. So if you make him the track and trace available, if you guarantee him the delivery times, then he will be happy, of course. So it is indirect, actually. It is indirect.